What's going on, guys? It's Chef. We're here back on some more Modern Warfare 2. We're in multiplayer now, and we're gonna go back to a classic. Everybody knows that early into Modern Warfare 2019's life cycle, and when they added this whole gunsmith kind of thing, there were always kind of builds that were better and worse, weapons that were better and worse. There was always a meta across all of these games, with or without that kind of gunsmith. Even when all of the attachments were as simple as, do you want a red dot or not? It was just collectively the thing that everybody agrees is the best thing. By adding all of the extra stuff into the game, they made it so you could build some very, very unique things. And by unique things, I mean absolutely terrible. Just because there are more possibilities for builds doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be more viable options. But it does mean that you have more of a choice. So that's, you know, whatever, that's fine. One of the things I did a long time ago in the game, especially once they started adding stats into the game, like Cold War and stuff, where they really showed you how many milliseconds it was actually hurting your weapon and stuff. Obviously, over here on an Infinity Ward game, they don't want to give us that information. They like to keep you in the dark so they can just make changes how they want. And we basically get no say. Their design is best and we don't know anything. We're not playing the game, they're playing the game. If you can't hear my sarcasm, sorry. So when we look at the charts over here, usually you don't want to look at any of this stuff. Usually you don't want to look too hard at a lot of these graphs and stuff that they put in the game, although there is one graph that you actually should pay attention to. Usually you didn't want to pay attention to any of this stuff, but it seems to be a bit more accurate, but don't quote me on that. But just by feel, a lot of people seem to think that the Signal or even the LAB could potentially be the slowest sniper rifle in the game, but I'm pretty sure it's the Victus XMR. I haven't seen anyone make a video on this yet, so I'm gonna build the Victus XMR, which according to this graph has the slowest handling stat of any other sniper rifle in the game. All of them have a net positive, even the Signal, which is the heavy duty one. Let's see how much we can actually slow this thing down. So we got the 33.5-inch super barrel. According to the graph, this is the second closest one, but it doesn't go as far down as this. Yeah, okay, I think the magazine actually does hurt it a little bit more. All right, so now we're gonna tune. Now this is where things actually get a little bit weird. So I was saying, you know, oh, don't pay too much attention to these graphs and stuff like that. Yeah, we're using the graph. One graph we really want to pay attention to, though, are these graphs here with the tuning. A lot of people just do this thing where they just, you know, jack it into one direction and then just move it into another direction, and they just assume that this is a linear thing. Again, I encourage you to watch True Game Data's videos. This guy has all the information out there. But just because you move it all the way to aim down sight speed, the maximum is negative 0.40 inches, but it's actually a possibility that negative 0.17 is just as slow, but you have more damage range. So if we have this one in the middle, right? Watch the handling side. That's our ADS speed. Look what happens when we jack it all the way over there. It really doesn't move that much. It moves like maybe one full sector's worth of ADS speed, which that's only going to be maybe a couple frames, let's be honest. This is about that middle area. We move it down. Right here, it wiggles back and forth. It might be better to go right around here. Let's see if we can hurt our ADS speed even more. Oh my goodness, we can. Now, obviously, just because I'm saying, you know, there's those little sweet spots, sometimes maximum is better. Can't adjust the bipod or the mag. We can tune this. Does anything hurt our handling? Nothing at all. Handling's not moving at all. Sprint to fire speed. Oh, it actually gets helped quite a bit by doing that. But if we go opposite, you see right here, this one's a good example. So you would think moving it in the complete opposite direction of sprint to fire speed would actually make it the slowest sprint to fire possible. But on 0.15 inches right here, you can see where that is on the handling thing. If I zoom in right here, if I move it to max, I actually gain a small amount of handling. But we don't want that. We want to hit that sweet spot right. Yeah, right about here. This is the sweet spot where we have the slowest sprint to fire possible. All right, so we'll have to see exactly how slow this thing can ADS. I really do miss all of the detailed stats that were in the other Call of Duties, and especially this being the Call of Duty that always wants to concentrate on realism and all this other stuff. It's really strange to me and kind of ironic that they're more concerned with visually looking like they know what they're talking about as opposed to what's actually happening. For example, I know on this game, in terms of like the gun enthusiasts out there, there are definitely a few more things in this game that people have pointed out that just like make no sense with the weapons. Me personally, I don't really give a shit. I do not care about whether or not the weapon is accurate to how it is in real life. I do not care. But I do recognize that that does help with, you know, the immersion and stuff to a degree for some people. So they released some new drivers too. I don't know if I want to update or not though. I'm scared. So the Victus. Oh my god! That's got to be like 1100. Holy sh! But just wait, challenge me, coward. Yeah, see, I have a good idea of how fast the other sniper rifles are when you try to ADS with them. Didn't build them the slowest possible, but definitely the slowest in the game. Like, you don't even understand. There is, like, part of the ADS animation that I didn't even know existed. Like, I'm not even in the ADSing process yet, and my character's aim walking speed is shot. Oh my, trying to ADS in with the ADS penalties on this game. Oh, look at the penalty. Oh! I'm not playing those lobbies. Those guys are literally jumping around the corner against a 2000 millisecond ADS time sniper rifle. Grow up, man. Oh, dude, speaking of growing up, hold on. So there's this clip going around of this dude, like, sitting there just, like, ADSing at a corner somewhere. And he's very clearly going for, like, long shots or something like that. There's just multiple clips of the dude backing out insanely fast. I can back out at the same exact speed. I got one of the fastest quitter fingers in the West. It is a skill set. There are so many people that are saying so much funny shit underneath of it to, like, I don't know, get some form of satisfaction out of it or some shit. This isn't a thing about being a loser or a winner or being a troll or griefing or some shit like that. This is literally just mindset. Yeah, I mean, that's not even possible. You can't even get, like, halfway through the ADS. It's so bad. Holy shit. I have Chrome open reading these tweets. I was doing the DMZ mode. They're like, why do you quit and leave so quickly? Why do you just give up so fast? And it's not about, like, just giving up fast. It's about, like, knowing efficiently when it's worth it. Like, in terms of camo grinding and shit like that, like, which is the majority of the clips that I'm seeing. The dude is literally just going for challenges. They're mounting. They're just sitting there standing in windows and shit. Sure, you can say that they're camping, but literally the game tells you to do that. This guy replies to somebody that was gloating about being able to back out incredibly fast as soon as they get executed. People are angry that there are people that out there that are proud of that. They're like hurt at it. This guy says, making someone rage quit just by starting an execute is really fun. So it's not like this isn't satisfying for the person performing the execute. If anything, knowing you just ruined someone's mood that much makes it even more satisfying. Ruined someone's mood? You think you ruined my mood? You don't understand. Funny? For sure. Definitely funny. Someone said that it doesn't ruin my mood. They just leave because they don't want the person to get the execution off. He says, I don't know, but someone quitting over it, regardless of their reason, makes it super funny. Yeah, it is funny. I'm laughing my ass off too. You're welcome for the laughs. Executed them in a video game. If that makes their day worse, then they deserve to have a shitty day. It's not a shitty day. I've made more progress than you because I'm literally more efficient. You're mad that you didn't get the execution and I'm already in the next game progressing while you're sitting there fighting for your life in some random game in the middle of the Call of Duty abyss that no one that was even involved with the game will remember. Paying $60 to leave half of your games, who really loses here? Actually, I leave 72% of my games. It's not half, it's 72%. Who's really losing? The people that are losing time staying in unwinnable games or games that have absolutely no reason for you to be in them. What do you mean, who's really losing? You're losing time. Can't lose if you quit the game. Dude said quitting is the definition of losing. For some reason, to me, it sounds like you feel like you lost your execution, and that's what's bothering you. I clearly don't care about winning because I'm leaving. It's just different types of people. They're gonna sit there and think that this is just all just pure copium. But the reality of it is, you misplayed by even going for an execution, and I outplayed you. That's annoying, isn't it? It's just being efficient. I'll be damned if I let you get that execution off. I don't care. You can say what you want about that. You're aware that you got lucky at that point in time, and it hurts that it was stolen from you. Your heart probably gets pumping as soon as you get an execution going. I feel nothing. I never feel anything. Maybe I should quit COD. Obviously, I'm partially joking in this whole thing, but, you know, it's fun to watch the clash of people. He's got a riot shield, fuck me. I'm trying to turn around. Like, my character's just struggling to hold this thing in their arms. I feel like I'm getting stronger the longer my character holds this shit. Same thing with, like, kill streaks and stuff. They're not difficult to shoot down or anything. You definitely could, but understand that if you join a game that has kill streaks already happening in it, you're already at this giant, like, momentum disadvantage. And I know that some people don't even, like, experience this. I don't know if you have to, like, hit, like, a certain score per minute threshold or something to start getting thrown in the lobbies that are, like, always constantly losing. But, and, yeah, the game crashed. So, yeah, that's still happening. They released an update or a fix yesterday to reduce crashing, but I don't notice it. It doesn't matter if it's multiplayer, Warzone, DMZ, the crashing is just consistent across all of them. There is a new driver update that did come out, but that's mostly just for, like, Need for Speed and some other game. It doesn't mention anything about Modern Warfare 2, so guess I'm done playing.